not sure my wife will let me do it. Maybe my next life. You gotta see our next guest for yourself. I'm pretty sure this guy could use a doctor.
Oh, does he have sexual problems?
Oh, he looks like he's got a lot of problems. All right, Bobby, let's show that clip one last time.
So Arthur is focusing on internal emotional processing here, as he locks his attention to the screen. However, we can see him slowly pacify by rubbing his thumb as he holds his cigarette. And this is a method of self-regulation that stimulates his parasympathetic nervous system, helping reduce his arousal. Seeing Murray continue to make fun of him causes him extreme anger, which we see manifest in his nonverbals here. He appears composed, but we can still see that this really gets to him.
I hated school as a kid. But my mother would always say, you should enjoy it. One day you'll have to work on it. No, I'm going to be a comedian.
Okay. You may have seen that clip of our next guest. Now, before he comes out, I just want to say that we're all heartbroken about what's going on in the city tonight. But this is how he wanted to come out. And honestly, I think we could all use a good laugh. So please welcome Joker.
So this is interesting. Like when he murdered the guys on the subway, he dances as a form of emotional regulation. These slow, deliberate, and controlled movements are a self-regulation strategy, helping provide proprioceptive feedback that stabilizes his nervous system. It down-regulates his arousal, helping him feel more in control and calmer. It's clear that he's very nervous to go on stage, and that Murray mocking him creates an intense feeling of anger inside him.
Are you all right, Doctor? Well, that was quite an entrance.
So after entering the stage and kissing the lady, he briefly expresses psychomotor agitation, pacing on the spot as well as briefly attempting to express the power pose, putting his hands on his hips. He doesn't know how to act here, and is filled with arousal generated by the intensity of the moment. He briefly puts his hands on his hips as a method of regaining composure, as the power pose is a stabilizing mechanism creating a feeling of control. And importantly, he's trying to be funny here. He's making an effort to make the audience laugh.
You okay?
Yeah. This is exactly how I imagined it.
Well, that makes one of us. So can you tell us about this look? When we spoke earlier, you mentioned that this look is not a political statement. Is that right?
That's right, Mary. I'm not political. I'm just trying to make people laugh.
And how's that going for you?
So this is really sad. The entire movie, Arthur has been experiencing this fantasy, imagining himself on the Murray Franklin show, with an audience constantly giving him praise, but in reality this collapses almost instantly. And when they laugh at Murray mocking him, it creates an expectation violation, where his fantasy of the situation begins to break down, and he instantly feigns an overt laugh as a form of affirmative behavior, attempting to mirror the audience to hopefully regain their acceptance. He doesn't realize it yet, but they don't care about him.
So I know you're a comedian. You've been working on any new material. You want to tell us a joke?
Yeah? Okay?
It's got a book. A book of jokes. Take your time. Got all night.
Okay. Here's one.
So this is really interesting. For context, the Joker's plan was to go on this show and then commit suicide in front of the audience after telling his final joke. And he shows signs of strong sympathetic activation, realizing that that moment is nearing. And he freezes when he sees the final joke that he was planning to make before doing it. And this is when we see the shift. He's now unsure about suicide. And as he's in a very delicate moment, Murray continues to mock him. And after he says to take your time, he again pauses and does a strong mouth tense, which is a form of emotional suppression. He's becoming enraged by Murray and tries to hide it.
Knock, knock.
And you had to look that up?
I want to get it right. Knock, knock.
Who's there?
It's the police, ma'am. Your son's been hit by a drunk driver. He's dead.
Oh, no, you cannot joke about that.
Yeah, that's not funny, Arthur. That's not the kind of humor we do on this show.
Okay, I'm sorry.
So Joker realizes now that the audience is not on his side, and makes no attempt to win them back over and build rapport with them. He makes strong eye contact with the man who laughs at Murray's joke, as well as pacifies by rubbing the notebook with his finger, in an attempt to self-regulate. He is deeply offended here, and we see a surge in his emotional arousal, likely as a result of anger.
It's just, it's been a rough few weeks, Murray. Ever since I killed those 3 Wall Street guys.
Okay, I'm waiting for the punchline.
There's no punchline. It's not a joke.
You're serious, aren't you? You're telling us you killed those 3 young men on the subway? Mm-hmm. And why should we believe you?
Got nothing left to lose. Nothing can hurt me anymore. My life is nothing but a comedy.
Well, let me get this straight. You think that killing those guys is funny?
I do. And I'm tired of pretending it's not. Comedy is subjective, Murray. Isn't that what they say? All of you, the system that knows so much, you decide what's right or wrong the same way that you decide what's funny or not.
So the one thing that I'm really noticing is Joker's total lack of eye contact with Murray here. His attention is entirely directed to the audience. And at this point, I don't think he has any intention on killing Murray. And when he says nothing can hurt him anymore, he distances and does a prolonged blink, as well as changes his tone of voice. And I think this is really revealing. It's clear he has a spike in his emotional arousal when saying this, to a point where he has to distance. He's vulnerable here at the realization that he's lost everything. His mother, his job, and his life. It pains him, but then he immediately laughs and smiles. He's turning his emotional pain into humor as a coping mechanism, and we see it perfectly demonstrated here.
Okay, I think I might understand that you did this to start a movement, to become a symbol.
Come on, Murray. Do I look like the kind of clown that could start a movement? I killed those guys because they were awful. Everybody is awful these days. It's enough to make anyone crazy.
Okay, so that's it. You're crazy. That's your defense for killing 3 young men?
No. They couldn't carry a tune to save their lives. Oh, why is everybody so upset about these guys? If it was me dying on the sidewalk, you'd walk right over me. I pass you every day and you don't notice me. But these guys, what, because Thomas Wayne went and cried about them on TV?
So initially, Murray expresses strong eye contact with Joker, tensing his brow and performing what's called the head tilt, which is a sign of cognitive appraisal. He is genuinely trying to understand the reasoning behind the killings. But as he realizes that there was no real motive, his demeanor shifts into confrontation, which begins to annoy Joker. And when Joker says that no one would react if he were dying, he expresses vocal tension, which is a sign of rising emotional arousal, caused by his repeated trauma and rejection boiling to the surface.
You have a problem with Thomas Wayne, too.
Yes, I do. Have you seen what it's like out there, Murray? Do you ever actually leave the studio? Everybody just yells and screams at each other. Nobody's civil anymore. Nobody thinks what it's like to be the other guy. You think men like Thomas Wayne ever think what it's like to be someone like me? To be somebody but themselves? They don't. They think that we'll just sit there and take it like good little boys, that we won't werewolf and go wild.
You finished? I mean, there's so much self-pity, Arthur. You sound like you're making excuses for killing those young men.
So now Joker is able to maintain strong eye contact with Murray, something he hasn't been able to do this entire time. The respect that he had for Murray is gone, and is now replaced with confrontation. Murray, in Joker's mind, becomes the embodiment of the injustice that he's experienced. And this eye contact isn't just confrontational, it's a sign that his fight response has been triggered. When this happens, the brain locks attention to the source of the stress, causing attentional fixation, which is a marker of aggression. His brain has clearly shifted from social engagement into threat engagement.
Not everybody, and I'll tell you this, not everyone is awful.
You're awful, Murray.
Me? I'm awful? Oh yeah, how am I awful?
Playing my video. Inviting me on the show. You just wanted to make fun of me. You're just like the rest of them.
You don't know the first thing about me, pal. Look what happened because of what you did, what it led to. There were riots out there. 2 policemen are in critical condition. You're laughing. You're laughing. Someone was killed today because of what you did.
I know.
So we now see numerous micro-expressions of extreme aggression leak from Joker's face here. His mouth tenses rapidly, as well as his brow, whilst he also expresses sympathetic tremors in his chin. He's experiencing unbelievable amounts of rage, whilst his attention remains fixated on Murray, firmly in the fight response. And the moment that he starts smiling and laughing is the moment he decides to kill. It's why he raises his hand. It's an attempt to draw attention to himself. But Murray doesn't de-escalate here. Instead, he becomes more confrontational, changing his proxemics and moving in closer, which increases the perceived threat and intensifies Joker's fight response, pushing the situation further towards violence.
How about another joke, Murray?
No, I think we've had enough of your jokes.
What do you get
I don't think so.
when you cross
I think
a
we're
mentally
done
ill
with your
loner
jokes.
with
That's
a
it.
society that abandons him and treats him like trash?
Call the police,
I'll
Gene.
tell you what you get.
Call the police.
You get what you fucking deserve.
Joker's laughing here isn't part of his condition. It's a genuine emotional reaction. He's in a state of what's called affective ambivalence, where he feels 2 conflicting emotions simultaneously. He feels extreme anger and sadness to the point that he begins to cry, whilst also experiencing humor. And after shooting Murray, he expresses more sympathetic tremors, bouncing his legs and shaking his head as the adrenaline fills his system. He's a chaotic mess of emotion here, but still finds the whole situation funny. And this is the whole message here. He acknowledges that society is unfair and that he's mentally ill. And that's exactly why it's funny to him. He embraces the trauma and turns it into something he sees as positive, as a coping mechanism.
Good night. And always remember, that's...
Breaking news. Popular TV talk show host Murray Franklin shot dead tonight on the live telecast of his program by one of his guests.
Introduced by Franklin as Joker is currently under arrest. Merely just a punchline to a joke.
I think what's wrong here with a society that abandons him. This marvel's
So Joker is again experiencing psychomotor agitation as he's filled with adrenaline. He paces around and does a little dance as his body reacts to the extreme stress of the situation. But he still thinks to address the camera at the end. It's an extremely well acted and detailed scene, and Joaquin's intricate nonverbals reflect the thoughts and feelings of his character perfectly.